Hi, everybody. My name is Haley Boonstra. I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. I just moved here about 2 months ago and am originally from Minnesota. I graduated in May of 2018 with my degree in social work from Bethel University in St. Paul, Minnesota. I worked in hospice care as a social worker for a few months and then ended up going to county foster care where I worked as a caseworker for a little over a year. And then I started working on my master's this past July. So that's kind of been my journey in the social work field so far. I'm taking some time now. I'm just nannying part time while I finish up my master's, and then we'll see what happens after that. When thinking about the DSM 5, I have not had much exposure to it. I thought back to undergrad because, like I said, my undergrad is in social work as well. And I know we talked about it. I know it was brought up, but never. It was discussed very briefly. We never went into detail about what it was, the importance of it. I remember they did say that it would come up in our work, and especially if we would be going like continuing in our education in social work. So I have like I said, we discussed it very briefly, but I have not had much exposure to it so far in my work in social work. The advantages of an accurate diagnosis, thinking about that, with an accurate diagnosis, I think people can get the proper treatment and interventions that they need that will address the whatever diagnosis they have. When, like I said, I was in foster care or I worked in foster care for a little over a year, and I saw what most of the kids that I worked with had some sort of diagnosis, and they were receiving treatment and services to address that. And so I've seen, kids behaviors and certain factors before they're diagnosed and beginning treatment, and how much they improved and how much difference that the appropriate intervention it just really helped them. And so I've seen firsthand how an accurate diagnosis can lead to effective treatment and how that can really benefit the client. So then thinking about problems with casual self-diagnosis or diagnosing people around you, I think it's definitely a risk to others or to yourself. Going back, an accurate diagnosis is very important in order to get appropriate treatment and effective treatment. And if we're just casually diagnosing people or casually diagnosing ourselves, we run the risk of harm because it might not be accurate. And then we ourselves or other people around us will not get the proper treatment that they need if that diagnosis is not accurate. And so I think it's definitely a harm to other people because, like I said, in working in foster care, I really did see the benefit of an accurate diagnosis and effective treatment. And so I think we would be doing ourselves a disservice and a disservice to people around us if we are just seeing diagnosis as like a casual occurrence. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about this and learning more from you all.